Yeah, let's get into tonight's games. I mean, you've got they're all becoming interesting now that we're coming to the halfway stage and we have a much sharper image of the way teams are playing. But Man City are playing, is it Aston Villa?
Man City, no, yeah, Man City are playing Aston Villa tonight.
Yeah. And we have Fulham versus Man United. Yeah, it's going to be an intriguing game between Man City and Aston Villa, huh?
Yeah, that's one of those games that you kind of hope is going to be a high-scoring game, you know, like both sides are going to come and play their best footy. They're both sides that are capable of scoring. You know, Shakes, you made the point earlier, City just don't concede. So, yeah, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see how the match plays out. I'm hoping for a high-scoring game, just like a good game of football.
Yeah, I think it'll be... I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I think it'll be about 3-1.
I'm thinking 3-1 too.
For Man City?
Yeah. Shakes?
So, for me, I'm going to go with Manchester City to win this one. Purely also because of Aston Villa haven't played in a long time. I'm talking about the first team. They haven't played in a long time, and I think they'll be a little bit rusty. And I'll give it to Manchester City 2-0.
Okay. And... you know, I've done a build-a-bet. I've done a build-a-bet up there. We'll post it on the video. Jean-Ray will do that. And anybody that registers through the MoneyMan will get a 100 Rand free bet from Betway, and we'll be able to follow my bets and enter any competitions that we run for the remainder of the year. The build-a-bet I like tonight on Liverpool on Man United is Man United win. Man United and Fulham aren't really attacking from a corner point of view, so I like the corners under 11.5. I like Fulham to cover a handicap of 2.5 corners, which means that Man United will not finish 3 corners or more better. I put 500 Rand down on that at 6.04 to 1. It returns 3,018 Rand and 64 cents. I think I do like to build the bets that Betway do. So if you want to follow me on that bet, that's my bet for tonight. And yeah, I really think that Man United are gonna probably win 2-1.
I've got to build a bet on 2. I don't think Fulham are going to score though, so I've got Manchester United to win. No on both teams to score, under 3.5 goals, under 12.5 corners, and then Fulham to get more bookings than Man United. That's 7-1, so I'll put 100 Rand down to get back 700.
Well done. Are you betting on the game tonight, Shakes?
I am going to be betting on the game tonight.
Boy.
And, yeah, I have to. Me, it's a simple bet, really, guys, and it's a bet that might surprise many. I've gone with a draw for Fulham versus Manchester.
That is surprising. Good odds, I'd imagine.
Look, Chelsea were lucky that Fulham got a red card, man. This team are starting to find themselves, and they drew against Liverpool. They performed really well in that game, and I think even against United, they can be able to do something. So I'm gonna go with a draw, and I've put $100 to potentially win back $400.
Nice. I wish you well on that, Shakes. If you had to pick a winner of the Premier League now, Shakes, who would you pick?
I'm gonna go with Liverpool. You let me down, man. I'm gonna go with Manchester City.
Oh, you're jumping, eh? Fairweather Johnson.
If we can maybe cut in this, him saying Liverpool will win the league.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, I did say that. I did say that, but man, I can see City. They can drop their level of performance, but it's not going to drop really low. And at this current moment, they have the advantage now with the games in hand. So if I was to pick a winner, Liverpool, come on, man. I'll go, man.
Shakes, I agree with... Are you going with City?
I'll go Manchester City.
I agree with the Shakes of a few weeks ago, though. I still think Liverpool will win the league. I understand Manchester City's got 2 games in hand, but you also got to look at the reason they've got games in hand is because games just keep getting postponed and rescheduled, and there's no guarantee that that's not going to happen now for the second half of the season just because we're in a new year. So you got to understand fans still aren't coming back, really. Games will continue to be shifted around. injuries, we've still got half the season left for injuries to happen, there is the potential that Liverpool make a summer signing or somehow just get a formation that actually suits not having Van Dijk there. So for me, as a Liverpool supporter, I think they're going to win, and as a bettor at 4.55 to 1, you know, why would you not take Liverpool on those odds?
Well, you know, Man City have scored 11 goals, given up 1 in the last 5, got 15 out of 15 points. They look like they are the form team. But at 1.55, there's just no incentive to bet on them. And I said that Liverpool wouldn't win the Premier League this year, and I don't think that they. And I still hold to that. But now at 4.80, I kind of want them to win because I want to bet on them at that. They offer real value at 4.8 to 1. I'm telling you. If you look at Liverpool's run of form, they've been penalised the most by VAR in terms of whether another team scored and the goals allowed because of a centimetre offside. They've had the most disallowed goals by the VAR. They've had the most injuries. They've certainly had their fair share of bad luck in the first half of this year. So if they could start getting a bit of the rub of the green, getting their players back. They've maybe gone through their injury scare. They're still only, even if Man City wins its 2 games in hand, they're still only 4 points out of first place if they win their game in hand. I mean, if Liverpool win, they're 1 point behind Leicester and could be potentially 4 points behind Man City. I like Liverpool at 4.80. I don't think they will win, but I like the bet.
Yeah, in agreement there.
Look, I think they have to buy a centre back, guys. I don't. We all don't know when is Virgil van Dijk back. We all don't know when is Gomez back, and they have to buy a centre back. If they don't do that, if he does that, maybe that 4.85 will look very, very juicy. But at this current moment, if he doesn't buy a centre back, I just don't see it happening. Imagine when Champions League gets back into play. And there's a lot more fixtures in a shorter space amount of time. Can the squad really handle it? That's the thing. It handled it really well at the start, but as the games have been coming, it's not even the defense that's the problem. It's the fact that the attackers are not scoring like they used to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is that we can say about the injuries to the centre backs and that, but they just haven't been scoring because they haven't been. That's to me the main issue.
Yeah, I mean, but what plays a huge role is because Henderson and Fabinho are at the back. That's the problem.
It's a whole run knock-on effect.
Yeah. Well, look, and Trent Alexander hasn't been playing well this year compared to last year. I mean, he was on fire. He was on fire last year, and this year him not firing he's been a big disappointment to me for Liverpool. Huh?
Interesting point to say that, Kevin, because I look at Liverpool and say which performers for me have performed consistently the same even during this season. And I would probably only have to say probably 2 names, Alisson and Andy Robertson. Everybody else, it fluctuates. I think Gini Wijnaldum tries. I think Fabinho's done really well at the back, but I don't like him there. But I would say Alisson and Andy Robertson have been, since even last season, they've been consistent in their performances. And I just look at the rest of the team and I say, there's been inconsistencies there.
Yeah, it's been for Liverpool. They've got so many injuries, and surely those guys are going to start coming back. In fact, one of the biggest investments that they made was hiring in one of Klopp's mates from his previous team. To help with fitness and getting these guys off the training beds, the recovery beds quicker. So hopefully that was one thing that they've put in place over the last month. Hopefully that'll start paying dividends for them and getting the guys in and out quicker than they have been. So, but at 4.8, Liverpool offer good value for me, and I'm going to stick a little bit on them. I'm going to stick a little bit on Tottenham as well. Yeah. Hope that they stay healthy. At 21 to 1 to win the league, it's not a bad bet. I don't, I think they're 21 to 1, something like that. Worth a punt.
Always worth a punt.
Always worth a punt. So why not? Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks very much, Shakes, for coming into your studio, and Ollie, thanks very much. And let's hope the second half of the Premier League is as exciting as the first half. I'm sure it will be.
Relax, Shakes.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, guys.
All the best, man.